Have you ever been betrayed by the one person you thought would never hurt you? I trusted my sister with everything. My secrets, my heart, my future. And on the day she walked down the aisle, the day she expected me to sit quietly in the corner and smile, I decided she was going to remember me for the rest of her life. I never thought a few lines on Facebook could shatter me like this. Scrolling through my feed that morning was supposed to be a way to distract myself. A few memes, some cooking videos, maybe an update from an old friend. But then, there it was. My sister's name. Her smiling profile picture. And then the words that made my hands freeze over my screen. Finally blocking my toxic sister. Family is better without her. I read it once, twice. A third time. My stomach twisted. My heart started beating so loudly I could hear it in my ears. For a second, I hoped it was some inside joke, some metaphor, something I'd missed. But the comments below confirmed it. Friends chimed in. Good for you, girl. You don't need negativity in your life. Family can be the most toxic sometimes. She liked every single comment. I stared at the post, my throat tightening. This was my sister. My blood. The girl I'd shared a bedroom with for over a decade. The person I'd defended in school fights, cried with during heartbreaks, laughed with until we both had cramps. And now, I was just toxic in a Facebook post. I didn't cry immediately. Strangely, I laughed a broken, shaky laugh that sounded more like a gasp. Then I felt it. The heat behind my eyes, the lump in my throat. My vision blurred. I dropped the phone on my bed, sat down on the floor, and finally, the tears came. We weren't always like this. In fact, if you'd seen us as kids, you'd think we'd grow up to be inseparable. She was 2 years younger than me, shy, always hiding behind my shoulder when meeting new people. I was the protective big sister bossy sometimes, but loving. I'd hold her hand crossing the street, share my snacks, cover for her when she broke something at home. Our childhood was messy but warm. Our parents argued a lot, but we stuck together like a little team. I still remember one night during a storm. She was scared of the thunder, so she climbed into my bed, clutching her teddy bear. Don't be scared, I whispered. As long as I'm here, nothing will happen to you. She believed me. I believed it too. We invented imaginary worlds together, built forts, planned our futures. She said we'd live next door to each other when we grew up. We promised never to let anyone come between us. Looking back now, it hurts to remember those promises. Things changed slowly. At first, it was just little differences. She made new friends in high school who I didn't really get along with. I became more independent, focusing on studies and part-time jobs. She wanted to go out more, to live freely, and sometimes I was too critical, too protective. She started calling me controlling. I started thinking she was reckless. We argued more about her staying out late, about me judging her choices. Neither of us really listened. We both wanted to be heard but weren't ready to understand. By the time I left for college, the distance between us wasn't just physical. Phone calls became rare. When we did talk, they often ended in misunderstandings. Still, deep down, I thought this was just a phase. Sisters fight. Sisters drift. But sisters always find their way back, right? It was during our mother's illness that things truly fractured. She was diagnosed with a serious condition, and the whole family was under stress. I moved back home to help. My sister didn't, at least, not at first. She had just started a new job, a new relationship. She said she'd visit on weekends. I was angry. I felt abandoned. When she did come home, tensions were high. I was exhausted, caring for Mom, managing the bills, my job. She'd breeze in with flowers and hugs, and Mom would light up. Meanwhile, I was the one staying up at 3 a.m. holding a basin for mum's nausea, or fighting with insurance. I snapped one evening. I accused her of being selfish. She shot back that I was acting like a martyr, that I made everything about me. Those words cut deep. And my words probably cut her too. Mom cried that night. We both hated ourselves for hurting her, but neither of us apologized. Pride was already building walls between us. The real explosion happened a year later, at a family gathering. Our uncle's birthday party. A few drinks. Old resentments. A careless comment. She joked about me always needing to control everything. I laughed it off at first, but then someone else joined in, and suddenly the whole table was laughing. At me, I felt humiliated. I responded sharply, saying she wouldn't understand responsibility if it slapped her. The atmosphere froze. She stormed off. I followed. We shouted behind the house where no one could see. Years of built-up resentment came out like poison. She accused me of being jealous, bitter, impossible to talk to. I accused her of being immature, selfish, disrespectful. It ended with her saying, "Maybe we shouldn't talk anymore if all we do is hurt each other." I didn't stop her. Neither of us reached out after that night. Fast forward to the Facebook post. I didn't even know she'd already blocked me. That post was visible because someone else sent me a screenshot. By the time I went to check, her profile was gone from my friend list. I can't describe the kind of silence that comes from being cut off by someone who once shared your heartbeat under the same roof. It's not like a breakup. It's not even like death. It's like a door slammed in a house you both built. And suddenly you're outside, staring at walls you can't climb. I kept reading that line over and over. Family is better without her. Better without me. Better. It's hard not to start questioning everything. Was I really toxic? Did I smother her too much? Did I try too hard to fix things? Or did I simply love her in a way she couldn't accept anymore? The truth is, I'm not innocent. I've said cruel things. I've let pride win too many times. I wanted to protect her, but sometimes that protection came out as control. I didn't know how to love her gently when I was tired, scared, or hurting. And maybe she didn't know how to understand that my sharpness often came from love, not hate. It's easy to label someone toxic when you've stopped trying to understand them. It's also easy to cling to the idea that you're right and they're wrong. I think both of us did that. For too long. It's not the blocking that hurts most. It's not even the public humiliation. What hurts most is the thought that if something happened to her tomorrow, I wouldn't even know. That the girl who used to hold my hand during thunderstorms now sees me as a storm she needs to escape from. I replay old memories constantly. Our laughter, our shared secrets, the nights we whispered about dreams. It feels like watching a movie of someone else's life, except the ache in my chest reminds me it was mine. I don't know if we'll ever speak again. Maybe she's happier this way. Maybe I need to accept that love doesn't always mean closeness. But I also know this. I'll keep hoping. Quietly, not through Facebook posts. Not through dramatic gestures. Just quietly. Hope that someday she remembered the big sister who held her during storms. Hope that someday we'll sit down as adults and talk, not to win, not to blame, but to understand. Until then, I carry both the guilt and the love. Because even if she blocks me from her life, she'll always be my sister. Asterisk. The Facebook post eventually disappeared. I don't know if she deleted it or made it private, but the damage was done. Still, late at night, when everything is quiet, I whisper a small prayer. Please let her be okay. Please let there be a way back. Sometimes, love doesn't end with fireworks. Sometimes it ends in silence, with two sisters on opposite sides of a wall, neither knows how to climb. And sometimes, that silence is the loudest pain of all.